Hello, all my horror fans. Welcome back to Hermione's horror reviews. If you like this kind of content, please hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. It helps my channel grow. And I did not mention this in the video, but I'm up to 6 subscribers now. I am very happy. Thank you guys so very much. So it is still Wednesday. It is still Wednesday. I got paid today, which was really great. I love payday. Payday's awesome. Payday is a double-edged sword. It's also the day that you pay your bills, or you can now pay your bills, and then of course the other side is you can buy stuff like food, clothing, things you need, and everything. So, um, yeah, so I love payday. I really do. And my goal is to kind of control my finances, to kind of not really like go haywire on the spending, even though as a bookworm, it's kind of impossible not to do and everything. So, anyways, I don't know if I told anybody this, especially if you're new to my channel, you definitely did not hear this. But back in, I believe it was January, Grady Hendrix brought out his new book, Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. And from the blurb that I read, takes place in the 1970s. This is during a time when being a teenage mother was looked down upon. In fact, there are people that were born in the 1970s during this time that spend decades and decades trying to find their biological mother. And how we view what was done way back when, or let me rephrase that. We look at what happened way back when, and we look at it with this distaste and this absolute hatred and this relief that we do not live in those times anymore. We're very fortunate we don't live. We give teenage girls, support and aid and everything like that. Definitely a sharp cry from the 1970s and backwards. So I saw it, and there was a huge display of it because Grady Hendrix is one of the big name authors, and the fact that he has written so many books. Let me rephrase that. Not so many books, but a lot of books, and how they touch all these different aspects of of people's lives, and people can kind of relate to what goes on in the books. So I actually had it in my basket, and I said in one of my videos I had it in my basket, and I made a mistake and I put it back, and I should not have done that, because when I went back last month, I was like, okay, I am going to buy this new book by Grady Hendrix and everything. And what ended up happening was I ended up discovering that not only is the display gone, but the books were gone as well. So all the books were sold out. Every book. Because Grady Hendrix is one of those top tier authors. So I said to myself, the only way I'm going to get this book is if I get it on Kindle or on Nook. Well, I didn't buy it on Nook. I bought it on Kindle because it's easier to buy books on Kindle. Sorry. So, anyways, today, my brother and I worked 2 hours overtime. And so I got off, and because today was payday, I was able to afford my Lyft ride, it was my Uber ride home. And so my brother was like, why don't we just go to the store, pick up a little bit of food until Friday when I get my check and all that. I'm like, oh, okay. So I went to Myers, and I like to go to Myers because Myers has a great book selection. Now, they don't have hardly any horror books. And even if you think that a book that you're looking at is horror because of how it's worded, it sometimes is not. So we turned around the corner, go down the second aisle, which they generally have more like the romanticies and young adults and stuff like that. And we were just about ready to leave that aisle, and then I spotted something among the books, and I grabbed it, and just, I grabbed the book. I could not believe the book I saw. Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. This is the book that I put back at Barnes and Noble. And I spent $27 on this book. And trust me, I am not feeling any kind of financial issues. This is the only book that I bought today with my paycheck. The only book I bought. I told my brother that I was going to go and I was going to get every single horror book that Grady Hendrix wrote. And as I said, this is his newest book. And it is about this girl who is renamed after a plant, and she is pregnant, and she is under the age of 18. Her father is a absolute jackass, according to one of the YouTubers. And she is given a book of spells, and her and the other girls use it. I am going to get to this book when I finish the Final Girls support group. I'm also planning on to get that as a physical edition. I am going to get every single one of Grady Hendrix horror books that he ever published, because I've got a goal. I have a goal. I am going to read every single one of Grady Hendrix horror books so that when the next one comes out, I will be ready. But this is so amazing. I am amazed that this book was there, and it's like, yes. But I will be clear, I am going to definitely be reading this on Kindle. Not because I don't want to, ruin the book, but I just like. Now here's an interesting thing. I'm kind of flipping through this book because that's what I do when I get a new book. They have little magic stuff in there. And then yeah, it's this is amazing. I am going to have so much fun. This actually takes place in the 1970s. And I think it's like each section has a different phase in the pregnancy. Yeah. So yes, very, very excited about finally going to read this book. I will be reading My Best Friend's Exorcism, and I'm also going to be getting Horror Store. I checked that out from the library as a ebook. But yes. So happy. Alright. That is it. I will be I'm going to take a little nap because I am tired from working 10 hours, 10 and a half hours. And when I come back, I will not only I'm going to upload this video. Well, actually, I uploaded a video already, but this is going to be that video, and then I've got 2 shorts that I will be uploading as well. So I need to get some sleep because I am absolutely exhausted. I'll see you guys around.